Yeah, I'm good. Okay,
Okay.
so let's start with a list of questions. So first, tell me something about the club. I think I didn't ask you about it. What is the name of the club? Where is it located?
What, this club?
Yeah.
This is Brixton Fencing Club, where we run out of Brixton Recreation Centre.
Uh-huh. And
It's in southern London.
oh, nice. Okay, so how often do you train?
Well, Brixton runs 3 times a week. I'll try and train about 3 or 4 times a week. I go to Haverstock Fencing Club as well.
Uh-huh. And what about the hours? How many hours do you train per day?
Um, Normally it's about, what, 2 or 3 hours a night?
Uh-huh.
So quite a lot of it depends on what I've got on at work. I try and fence as often as I can, but, work gets in the way.
Okay, and what about the physical training against some bouts with your mates there? How often you take the bouts and how often you make physical training?
Um, I normally do physical training outside the club. I'll
Uh-huh.
try and do that either in the mornings or the lunch times. I try and mix it up here. We have, like on Monday, like today, we'll do a bit of sparring and then we'll have a bit more sort of directed sparring, like situation fencing, where it'll be situations such as, okay, you're 3-2 up in a fight to 5. How do you continue? That kind of thing,
Hmm.
or time limits or so on. Normally on Wednesdays and Fridays, if I'm here, it's more free fencing. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and identify something that I'm not so good at that I've done at the weekends or at a competition or somewhere, and try and improve it.
Uh-huh. And what about lessons with your coach? How often do you often take lessons?
Yes, I do. I try and take them when I can. I normally try and get 2 or 3 a week, although
Uh-huh.
it depends on everybody else here and when everybody else wants their lessons.
Okay, now something about yourself. For how long you're training and how did you get into épée fencing?
Well, I started fencing when I was about 11
Oh,
because, I hate to admit it, but there was a James Bond film out that year which had fencing in it. So
really?
I decided, yeah,
Which one?
I
Which one?
decided to die another day.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Although I watched that film a while ago and thought it was terrible, so I don't often talk about it. I started off doing foil, and I actually originally wanted to do sabre, but we didn't have any sabres at our club. But we had quite a few épées, so I tried that and I liked it, and everything else just really sort of trickled on from there.
Okay. And what about the your achievements? Which is your best achievement? And yeah, tell me something more about your achievements as a fencer.
Well, probably the best achievement I've had to date would be at the end of last season in Bulgaria at the Split Satellite, where I took a bronze. That was
Uh-huh.
my best achievement. I would like to think that my greatest achievements are still in front of me, though. I still have my aspirations of grandeur. I
Yeah, yeah.
would quite like to go to the Senior World Championships.
Hmm.
If I can, I'd like to go to the Olympics.
Oh, great. But you mentioned Bulgaria. You fenced in Bulgaria already?
I have, yes. You had a satellite there. It was the first international I ever did.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And what was you take the bronze there, or you said it's in Split that you take the
Oh
bronze?
no, that was in Split. I took the bronze.
Oh, okay.
I only fenced twice in Bulgaria.
Uh-huh.
It was the first international I ever did. I had a great time, and it was a real eye opener for me.
Oh,
But I didn't do so well.
nice.
If I can remember, both times I won my 128, but I lost my 64 on both times I was there. And then they stopped doing that satellite. So,
Unfortunately, yeah, there is no more satellite in Bulgaria. So,
unfortunately.
no, yeah. So, what about your coach? Who is your coach?
I have 3 people who coach me at the moment. 2 of them are here. That's Pavel Rains. You can see him behind me right now, leading a footwork session.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Then there's Juana. She's also here, although you can't see her at the moment.
Yeah.
Then there's Alex Agranich, or Comrade Alex, who's at Haverstock. So I get lessons off all 3.
Oh, that's nice. So you have a shared lesson, shared teachers. Okay, what
I
about
do.
what about the cost of training épée in the UK? Is it expensive?
It is. It is quite an expensive sport, I'm afraid.
Can you share
Um,
the monthly expenses that you do for the fencing?
Monthly. Well, British fencing membership costs about. I can't actually remember off the top of my head, but it's certainly not pennies,
Yeah.
although it's necessary. Club membership varies depending on where you are.
Mhm.
On memory, I think it's about £50 a month at some clubs. Quite a few are less than that, though. It tends to be more expensive around London, just because of the land and the property is more expensive. Then competition entries, that varies quite considerably. The nationals are 60 something quid,
Uh-huh.
60 something pounds if I remember.
Hmm.
But that's considering most of them come through around £30 entry.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Next question. What about getting finance by the country to go outside to international competitions? What you have to do, and what are the regulations there to get financed for going out?
I have no idea. I've never got financed. I'm afraid I don't really have an answer to that one. I've always been self-funded, and I've relied on my parents to provide finances for me.
And
But I've never received funding from our national body.
what about the World Cup? Do you know which fencers are sent to the World Cup? I mean, probably you need to get some points from the national competition or something.
Yes, if you want to go to World Cups, you have to go to our national championships,
Hmm.
and you also have to be in the UK top 10, I think it is, to be automatically selected. Or they now have the discretionary selection forms,
Hmm.
where you can fill one in, and if you're lucky, you can get selected.
Okay. And what about your current rating in the national championship? Do you participate?
Well, the national championships, that happens once a year.
Uh-huh.
So I went last year. I got to the 64, if I remember. I didn't do so well. I was having a bit of an off day.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Okay. Oh, so what about your next FIE competition? This is the last question, so you can get back to trainings.
sure. Okay, my next FIE competition is it's the split satellite in April 28th, I think.
Yes, we are going
So,
to be there as well. So we are going to
oh
meet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. It'll be good to see you again, mate.
yeah, it'll be
Um,
fun.
I mean, split I think is a good one to end the season on, because you can really. It's a beautiful city. You get to meet nice people and have a good few beers afterwards in the sunlight and sitting on a beach.
Yeah,
It's a good.
it would be great to take a beer with you there. And what about Alex? Mr. Edwards? Is he in the club?
Oh yeah, he's behind me somewhere.
Ah, he's training.
Yes, he's in the red shirt just behind me.
Okay.
I don't think he's signed up yet for Split.
I think I saw
Hopefully he
his
can come.
name. I saw his name in the list already in the entries.
Is he? Oh, I haven't checked
Luke.
lately. So yes,
Yeah,
we'll see him there then.
you are one of the first to register.
Yeah.
Okay, Calum, thank you so much for the interview. I'm going to post it on the website, and it's
Could
going
you
to
send
be
me the
interesting
link?
for the people. Yes, of course.
Cheers.
You're a
Okay.
celebrity now. Go back to training.
Will do. Okay.